and thought
Across the arid desert plains of southern Peru lies one of the world's most mysterious and awe-inspiring wonders, the Nazca Lines, massive geoglyphs etched into the desert floor stretching for miles. From above, they take the shape of animals, plants, and geometric patterns. But here's the question that has baffled historians, archaeologists, and scientists for centuries. Why were they made? Created over 2,000 years ago by the ancient Nazca civilization, these enormous designs can only be fully appreciated from the sky. Yet their creators lived in a time long before the invention of flight. So, how did they create such intricate and precise patterns? And for what purpose? The Nazca Lines cover an area of nearly 1,000 square kilometers, making them one of the largest collections of geoglyphs in the world. From above, you can see enormous animals: a monkey, a hummingbird, a spider, even a whale. Some lines stretch straight for miles, while others form spirals and other geometric patterns. These figures weren't carved randomly. They were carefully etched into the earth by removing the top layer of reddish-brown rock to expose the lighter soil beneath. Here's the most fascinating detail. The designs are so massive, they're impossible to fully recognize from the ground. The hummingbird alone stretches over 300 feet across. The monkey's tail spirals over 200 feet wide. The scale of these geoglyphs is staggering. It's as if they were meant to be seen from the heavens. But why? What purpose did they serve? The most widely accepted theory is that the Nazca Lines were part of ritualistic practices, possibly connected to water. The Nazca civilization lived in one of the driest regions on Earth, with less than an inch of rainfall per year. Some researchers believe the lines were used to call upon their gods, particularly for rain. The shapes of animals, such as birds and monkeys, may have had symbolic meaning in these ceremonies, tied to fertility, agriculture, and survival. Other theories are more symbolic. Perhaps the lines were astronomical markers used to align with the movements of the stars, solstices, or equinoxes. Some of the straight lines appear to point toward celestial events or water sources, suggesting they may have served as a kind of ancient map. But not all experts agree. Some believe the Nazca Lines served as ceremonial pathways. The people of Nazca may have walked along these lines during rituals, using them to connect with their gods or ancestors. The desert's surface has preserved footprints near some of the lines, adding weight to this idea. But again, if these were meant to be seen from the ground, why create designs that are only fully visible from the sky? And then there are the more controversial theories. One of the most famous comes from Erich von Däniken, who proposed in the 1960s that the Nazca Lines were created by or for ancient extraterrestrials. He suggested that the geoglyphs served as landing strips or signals for alien visitors. The straight lines and precise shapes, he argued, seemed too advanced for a civilization with only rudimentary tools. While this theory is widely dismissed by scientists, it has captured the imagination of millions. Adding to the mystery, the Nazca Lines are incredibly well preserved, despite being over 2 millennia old. The dry desert climate, with its lack of wind and rain, has helped protect the geoglyphs. But here's the chilling part. They're also vulnerable. Modern development and climate change threaten to destroy these ancient masterpieces. In 2018, a truck driver illegally drove across the desert, causing significant damage to one of the lines. Incidents like this serve as a stark reminder that these treasures are not eternal. But what about the people who made them? The Nazca civilization thrived between 200 BCE and 600 CE. They were master engineers, known for their advanced irrigation systems that brought water to the desert. But the Nazca vanished mysteriously around 800 CE, likely due to environmental collapse brought on by deforestation. Could their geoglyphs have been a desperate plea to their gods for survival as their environment began to fail? Here's where the enigma deepens. The Nazca Lines aren't alone. Similar geoglyphs have been found in other parts of the world. from the Atacama Desert in Chile to the Uffington Whitehorse in England. But none are as intricate or expansive as the Nazca Lines. What drove the Nazca to create something so massive, so precise, and so eternal? Standing among the lines today, there's an eerie silence. The desert stretches endlessly in every direction, with only the faint outlines of these ancient designs breaking the monotony. You can't help but feel the presence of the past, the connection between these lines and the people who created them. Were they simply trying to survive, or were they sending a message to something greater than themselves? The Nazca Lines remain one of history's greatest puzzles. Were they symbols of faith, calendars for agriculture, pathways for ceremonies, or a signal to the stars? What we do know is that they represent an extraordinary achievement. The Nazca people worked with nothing but rudimentary tools and their knowledge of the land. They didn't need modern technology or aerial views. They had their ingenuity and something that compelled them to leave a mark on history so massive it can only truly be seen from the sky. What do you think the Nazca Lines were for? Share your theories and join us as we continue to explore the most incredible mysteries of the ancient world.